Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I'm here again by request. Dutchboys Hot Rods Camaro Stage 6 effects. This is one of the three cars that is going to be used, one of the three best cars, I should say, within the Showdown if you don't count the NASCAR 1LE. So the Dutchboys Hot Rods Camaro, the Twisted Mistress seen here, this is also one of the choices. It's ultimately pretty much a wash between those two on performance, and then you have this one here right by Kam Challenger, which is in fact the fastest of the options. This particular car has the best chance of getting the best results in Showdown because it's even faster than the final reward, which is the NASCAR 1LE Camaro. That is kind of surprising, but as of this point we don't have stage 6s yet, so the question is, are we going to get stage 6s? How hard is it to get them? But if you can, this ultimately will be your best choice for Showdown. Alright, first thing first, let's start with the Dutchboys Camaro. This is a pretty fast car, but I'm going to go ahead and put it to stage 5. We're going to jump right through these stage 6 effects only for time, simply because there is a separate video already discussing the various speed trap techniques. So stage 5 only, this car is not slow. It's actually pretty quick. If you want to learn more about doing speed traps with this car for the purpose of the final, check out my other video on the speed traps. But in this case, for this one, the main thing is that it likes a particular final drive, 0-100 tire, and generally minimum nitrous. That'll give you a baseline of 8.869. So the car will eventually hit low 7s once it's fully maxed, but each stage 6 will have its individual effects in this case. We're going to do them only by dyno and not worrying about extensive fine tuning. So these are approximate impacts from each stage 6 to the in a quick manner of tuning it to the best possible. So I'm not messing with nitrous or tire. Generally speaking, all you need to do is play with the final drive with this and try to find the best spot for the numbers. Now, this car, when you move these final drive around a little bit at a time, you'll find sometimes it'll have a little jump in the numbers, and that's what you want. You want that Evo jump where it gets the best Evo, like that. Once you get to that, that's probably your top one right there, 85, 80, 94, there you go. So 94, can we get more? No, 94. So that's the one we're going to go with, and that is 8.680. All right, moving right along here, we're going to move to turbo and then intake, etc. So without getting too deep into this, let's go move to turbo. Now turbo isn't usually a strong stage 6. I'm not expecting a whole lot here, but let's see what we end up with time-wise. Alright, it's actually telling me I don't need to find too much to get the best score here for turbo, but obviously tuning still does do something. And it looks like getting it over that number isn't likely, so we're going to go right to that one. And that is a 2.62 final drive, giving us 8.816. Not that much of a drop. That's actually kind of slow. Barely better, only about 5/10 better. No, I'm sorry, 500s better than stage 5 only. So turbo very weak on overall effects. Moving right along, let's look at intake. Right, so intake, number-wise, the question is whether it's going to outperform turbo. It certainly looks like it's going to do a little better, because I saw some pretty high numbers for a second there. I believe 2.66, 5, 2.64, there it is. And that's probably the highest it's going to go. 8.795 is going to be a better performing stage 6 than turbo. So right now, engine obviously dropped about 2/10, but everything else is not as impressive. That's not surprising. Now we're moving to what I know to be some of the stronger stage 6s based on speed traps, Nitrous being one of the strongest. But here we're going to look mostly at performance numbers. So 2006 is a good number. The question is, can we improve on it? There it is, 2038. I'll take that. And let's get the dyno number. 8.565 is a decent drop from 8.8. Not huge, but decent. So that moves us past Nitrous right on to body. Right, so there's Nitrous. Here comes body. Now body, again, a little bit of an increase. Oh, that's a decent jump there too. So it should be right there near Nitrous, if not slightly better. Let's see if it beats it or it does not, because that number does have some effect on it as well. Question is whether I can get it beyond that 2085. Doesn't look like it. So we're going to stick with this one, 2085. That's an 8.578. I think it falls slightly short of Nitrous this time on this particular stage 6, but they are very close. Okay, body aside, let's go right to tire. Now tire actually is a pretty important stage 6 for speed traps. Does pretty well overall to help increase speed traps as well. So let's see how this plays out without tuning. 8.7, but I think we definitely have some possibilities here number wise to get higher, because tire generally likes more aggressive final drive like that. So 2.75 gave us the highest there. 8.685, much closer to engine than it is to body or Nitrous. So engine and tire pretty close to each other, Nitrous and body pretty close to each other, and we have the final one coming up, which is transmission. And trans is going to be better than everybody, it looks like, because that is both a jump in performance point as well as a very decent jump without fine tuning for the numbers here. Okay. And look at that, well over 2100 now, and that should give us probably the best performance numbers out of this. 8.403 for transmission by itself. So that is the biggest one. You're looking at basically transmission, and then you're looking at Nitrous body going down, then to I guess engine or tire. I have to figure out which one's ahead, and then finally the last two, which is intake and turbo. Everything will be listed here. You can take a look at that. That is the stage 6 effects. Now mind you, this car can get pretty impressive quarter-mile speeds as well, and it sprints pretty well. So it's a pretty good car all around when it comes to taking down various type of challenges. For the Twisted Mistress, I did make a stage 6 effects video, so you can go ahead and look that up. This is also a quick choice, very similar in some ways to the Camaro. In any case, you know, looking at the Twisted Mistress as stage 5 only, you'll see that it is actually a little quicker, but we talk about this in the other stage 6 effects video. So if you have any questions about this car or the Camaro, Dutchboys Camaro, please feel free to comment. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you like my channel, please subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications when I put up new videos. As always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.